Wow, good crowd. I had a few of you not being up this late, but it's just a surprise. You know who you are.
So after the comments that you made to us following the Saturday game, and you said the same thing to your team, do you feel like they took all that to heart and responded the way you were hoping?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought they came out and they played spirited, good effort. Obviously we have a big lead again, and we kind of let it dwindle. I mean, we didn't let it get as close as we did last time. It's just something we got to focus on. And, I got to figure out, why is that happening? And is it human nature? Is it fatigue? Is it a little bit of selfishness? These are the things I got to figure out. But listen, these guys deserve a lot of credit. I mean, they've been through a lot this year. Obviously, we know that. And, they got great character. And they've responded. And they've come out and they played really well. Tonight was a big game that we needed to play well. We needed this one. And, McKale showed up. Thank you, 9 p.m. Our fans are great. Guys, McKale is such an advantage when everyone shows up. And for me, my dream, I have a lot of dreams. One of them, every home game in the Big 12 should be sold out in McKale. If we don't sell it out for, a directional school in the non-conference, I don't love it, but maybe I'll understand it. But every Big 12 game should be sold out. Our fan base is awesome. Our players deserve it. So my plea to the fans is no empty seats. And it was great. I mean, it felt awesome atmosphere, but these guys deserve that. The program deserves that, and they don't deserve it because of me. They deserve it because of the 60 years of history of Arizona basketball and what it means to this community.
Can you talk about how Visar's trending? He's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, Henry's playing great, and I've been telling him, hey, Henry, you're turning into a real player. So what you can't do now is relax. You got to keep going for it. You're on the scouting report now. And you're not a surprise. So you got to keep coming. And he just gives us real advantages out there. Henry's an interesting player. I mean, he can make a three, he can pass, and he's a big target. On some of your passes, or whether it's in the zone, trying to get in the middle of the zone, or hitting them on a lob, or a tip dunk on a rebound. He's a big target. So Henry's what college basketball is all about. Everyone wants things to happen so fast. And here's a kid in his third year, and his first year, I thought he was going to be part of the rotation. I mean, he was a high-level recruit, and he struggled. So we got to the point where we didn't play him much, because it just wasn't right for that team. Last year, he had made progress. He has an unfortunate injury in the preseason, and continues to work and changes his body and matures. And now, an injury happens on our team. So he gets a little bit more of an opportunity. And so that's what building a program and developing players is all about. So I'm really proud of Henry. And till the day I'm done, I'm always going to be about helping players get better. And so I'm really proud of the way Henry's progressing. But I'm sure I'll see a few things on film that I want him to do a little bit better next week.
Something like he felt like he had two off seasons. One when he first came back during the season of practice when he came back from the injury last year, and then the real off season. Did either of those, did you see that he could become what he is now?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I more than anybody, and you could ask my staff this, have believed in Henry from day one, even when it didn't look good. I never wavered. What he means by that, Bruce, is. A lot of times these European kids, they never really get an off-season. Their off-season's with their national team. So, we don't get them much. And so they don't get that, that pivotal 4, 5, 6 months when you're, 18 to 21 years old, the testosterone starts kicking in. Your body starts changing. You can really get better. They don't get that. So, basically what he's saying is, he had 2 off-seasons stacked up. Back-to-back, because he didn't play last year, so he redshirted. But Rounds and J-Rock did a great job, helping him physically make gains. Our staff did a great job developing him. And then he got to do it again in the summer because he didn't go play for the national team last summer. So I think that's what he means by that. So, that's what it takes sometimes, and I'm really happy for the success he's having.
Best First half you've had all year, one, and two, you guys were just physical. You guys matched the physical, if not more. You must have loved that, the physical.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I mean, obviously, guys, I mean, that's how we always want to play. It's not just a change of style because we're in the Big 12. We've always wanted to play physical. But, I mean, they have, number 15 and 17 for them are beast on the glass. I mean, they're a beast. And Scott is a great coach. And, a lot of things get lost in the shuffle. What Scott does such a good job of is he hones in and focuses on the things that win consistently. And rebounding wins consistently. His teams are always great on the glass. And we knew we had to match, 15 and 17. From the tip. And 7, he's becoming a good offensive rebounder. So I thought our guys did a great job, setting the tone. I would have liked to win the glass by a few more, but, we'll definitely take a positive number there is better than a negative number.
That second half, you said, did you see, comparison to, the other night when you were upset about it? Similarities there?
There were a few similarities. There was a few similarities with some turnovers. They kind of went more exclusive to their zone. They were doing like switching man more in the first half, went more exclusive to their zone. And, their zone's unique. And you try to prepare your players for it. You try to tell them what it's going to look like and feel like. Your scout team maybe can't simulate it as good as you would like. And so you got to get a feel for it. So hopefully we'll learn, from this, and our zone offense will get better. I just thought, we were playing way too far out on the perimeter. We kind of lost our energy and effort, and so we're just kind of, putting the ball overhead, passing it side to side, and, get nothing, no penetration, no dribble penetration, no pass penetration. And so, yeah, I thought it left a lot to be desired, but, you're also, managing a lead and trying to win the ball game. I mean, to me, that was the ultimate thing. I wasn't, whatever. I wasn't going to get too worried about it because my main focus was we need to get out of here with a win because, wins in the Big 12 are hard to come by. And we needed to get this one today because we know we're going on a 2-game road trip.
Del Orso is probably, I don't want to say gravy, but exactly what you need. He's getting yesterday or 2 days ago, 10 points, 39 points.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing his role well. I mean, I thought he had a real, defining moment in his short Arizona career in that first half when he hit those 3 threes, kind of bang, bang, bang. I mean, that electrifies the gym. It provides a spark and a run for us, and I think he's playing really well, and he's kind of really figuring out how he fits in here. And and listen, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for him to do that on a consistent basis.
In that same vein, Trey has kind of had a figuring it out process in a new role here. Been some ups and downs with that. What did you think of the way he played?
I mean, I thought Trey played great today. Listen, I'm looking at his stats right now. He's 4 for 7. 0 for 1, 0 for 2 from the line. He can make free throws. He's 4 for 7. A couple of those balls just rolled off the rim. He literally should have been 6 for 6 from 2. And then he battled. He got offensive rebound right off start of the game. He battled, number 15. Number 15 is the number 1 rebounder all time in college basketball right now, active rebounder, and has the most double-doubles. And he only got 4 rebounds today. And Trey gets a lot of credit for that. He played great defense. He was physical. I thought he was great today. I thought Trey was spectacular, and that's winning basketball, and that's what you have to do on winning teams. I mean, he easily could have had 14 and, 4 tonight, and we're all maybe saying different. So I like where he's at.
What did you see from Jaden today? It seemed like he did.
Jaden's turning into just rock solid. I mean, Jaden's really becoming a rock solid point guard and running the team, and he's doing a great job communicating with me, giving me ideas. And when you have a lead guard doing that means a lot. So I'm really like the player he's developing into. I mean, we're riding him pretty hard right now, but to have 13 points, 6 assists, 1 turnover, it's pretty impressive.
You were surprised the bench when he dunks because he doesn't do it very often.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've seen him when he kind of has that angle, and I'm sure a lot of you remember when he used to try to dunk back in the day. He'd kind of come from the left side and jump off your left leg, try to get over the front of the rim. I know when he gets that run, he's got a good chance. So I was pretty sure he was going to put that one down. I was actually more happy in the first half that Caleb laid it in instead of trying to dunk it. And maybe KJ at the end, I probably would have taken a floater instead of trying to dunk it. But that's great foul pressure. They decided not to call it. That's how it goes.
The rebounding performance compared to what had happened against UCF, particularly stopping the offensive boards?
Yeah, I mean, it's super important. I mean, you look at, statistics, and as a whole, I mean, the Big 12 is a rebounding conference. Teams rebound. I mean, every team rebounds. And Iowa State, one of the best things they do is rebound. Houston, the best thing they do is rebound, among other things. Kansas can be great on the glass. So, I mean, I think it's just it's a byproduct of the conference, and you have to be able to go toe-to-toe on the glass, or, you're going to have some tough nights.
Guys, given you played so well in the first half, and then you kind of phase out at the end, what do you?
I mean, I asked him for a full 40 minutes. We didn't quite get it, and listen, it's a little bit of a cliche. Let's put 40 minutes together. It's hard in high-level basketball when the other team's good too, and they have a good coach, and they have good players. They have pride. They're going to respond. So, I asked him for a full 40 minutes, and we came out and got off to a good start. And then we kind of just started trading baskets, so we were able to kind of sustain the lead, and then they kind of were able to cut into it. I think what it was, the closest it got was what?
They got to 9.
9, yeah. So, I mean, I'm probably should have felt a little more comfortable than I did, but when it got to 9, I was like, I knew we were in a game. Like, it was like 6 minutes to go, right?
No, it's closer to 3.
Yeah, was it 3? Okay. Yeah, so you're in a ball game. And it's hard to put away a game. I mean, you got to win a game multiple times, and we just didn't do a good enough job during that stretch.
With the way the weeks are playing out, does it feel like a Tuesday or a Saturday or whatever at this point? Or?
I don't even know. I mean, I know tomorrow we have off, and I'm hopefully the guys get some rest. I'm sure me and the staff will start preparing for our road trip. But it's that time of year. I mean, now Tuesday, what is it? Wednesdays are now Sundays, right, Bruce? Something like that. So yeah, you can still go to church on Wednesday and Sunday.
Well, I was wondering, you're talking about the good side for you is you have at least 2 days between games,
Yeah.
so you have more. But you also have a situation, you come up with this big win, you got one off day, and boom, you got to get ready to go on the road.
Yeah,
So-
I mean hey, you could, last year you could have won this game today, and you could have had, UCLA coming in on 2 days later. So, it's all relative.
When you started the season, did you kind of look at the calendar and say, okay, by January 15th or whatever, a couple months have gone by, a couple months left. Do you know where you wanted to be? Are you there?
Well, I don't live in hypotheticals, so I didn't know early. I thought we had a good team. I knew we had a good team. We got off to a little bit of a rough start, so that might skew things a little bit. But we really wanted to build, and we wanted to get off to a good start in conference. That was important for us, and I think we've done that. But it's a mile. We just finished a lap, so we got 3 more hard laps to go. So let's not act like we've arrived or all is well. We got to keep fighting for it.
We have asked you many times about Caleb Love. You have talked about him quite a bit. It wasn't his best night tonight, but you guys won anyway, and that's happened a couple times lately. Whereas maybe before, if he didn't have a good game, you wouldn't win. What does it say about the rest of the guys or the way the team's coming together that you're able to overcome that?
I think it says a lot. I mean, I think we have good players. I think that we're always going to be team first. Caleb's a team guy as well, and and I feel good that when he's not playing well, we're okay. I mean that's for me there's some reassurance that okay, we got this, because it's a lot of pressure on a guy to play good every single day. So I know this, that he's gonna have great games. He's gonna have great stretches. And tonight just wasn't his best night. I mean, he had some good looks early, obviously, a couple of those threes early. He makes a couple of those. Maybe it's a different story, but yeah. I mean, all in all, we're a team, and we always talk about team. We talk about us, all the time. And so, I don't really get caught up in one player, but I know this: Caleb's a great dude. He's really talented. He's had an incredible college basketball career and a lot of success, and a lot of success this year. So, there's who's to say he doesn't go out next Saturday on the road and play his best game of the season. Thank you, guys.
So when Baylor's coach was in here before, Henry, he said that the first time he looked at the film of you, he said you're a pro. Coming into this season, did you feel like you could put up these kind of performances where you would have opposing coaches saying that you belong in the pros?
It's definitely nice hearing that from any coach. I appreciate that a lot. I feel like I always had the confidence because, like, I remember how I played when I was younger, and I know I had, like, tough 2 years here, but I always had the confidence. I knew how I could play and what kind of impact I can make. But I got to say thank you to all my teammates. Like, they're putting me in great spots to score and everything.
How much impressed have you been by what he's done this year?
Man, Henry's amazing, off the court as well. But, like, I mean, for other 5 men, he's a, matchup problem. He can go inside, bang with you inside, can step outside, make, 5 men are not traditionally well guarded on the perimeter. He can shoot it. So, we can do a lot of different things with Henry out there that's making our team better right now. So.
Did you make it a point to be more energetic or whatever? You were kind of like running on adrenaline the whole night, doing very well with it.
I feel like that just kind of comes within you, like when you play basketball. Like, I think we all have it inside of us. Like, when we make good plays and when we're competitive, we get that energy and like the adrenaline inside us.
And how did his speech or whatever? He was pretty tough with you guys. On you guys, there's a couple games ago, last game. And did you guys hear that and did that put pressure on you to do very well on the boards and everything else?
I mean, we know, Baylor's a great team, so we couldn't come in here, flat with no energy. You got all the Tucson in here, best fan base in the country. So, it's kind of easier, bringing it into the game and, having the fans bring the energy as well, kind of matching our energy on the floor.
Jaden, Coach was saying that he kind of challenged you guys to play a full 40-minute game. Didn't quite play the full 40, but do you think you improved in that regard compared to maybe some recent games? And do you think you'll ever, kind of get to that point where it's happening consistently?
Yeah, credit to the guys. First half, we did amazing. But, in the stretches of the game, we got to figure out, what we can do. We got a big lead these last couple games, and, teams are kind of coming back so they can, in the future, that can kind of hunt us. So we got to, figure out what we got to do, take care of the ball, get stops, continue to grow on that side of the end and, put together a full 40.
When you have an opponent like that has to play desperate because they have to score quickly and get behind, what does that do to your own game plan? Do you have to stick with what you're doing, or do you allow that to get in the way?
Credit to Rim. Big shout out to Rim on the scout, putting us in position to be successful on defense and on offense. And, Baylor's, they want to run on misses, but, on makes and stuff, they want to, get into their sets. And when you build a lead like that, kind of forces them to, speed them up a little bit. But, they kind of credit to them for executing down the stretches and, putting us in tough positions.
Tommy and some of you guys were saying after the other night against UCF, there may have been a little more mental mistakes at the end. Do you feel like it was more physical tonight because you guys put so much into that first half, or that you couldn't maintain that, or?
I feel like we did a great job staying poised, but at the end of the game, like they're a great team. Like, they're very physical and they made a good run in the second half, and we just kind of stayed poised and like kept our calm, kept moving the ball, and we had made good offense, still got to the paint, didn't get desperate. And I think that's like the best part we did in the second half.
Henry, when Krivas went out, did you maybe sit with yourself and think, okay, now it's on me, I got to do a lot of things that aren't going to be asked of me because you lost a big guy?
A little bit, but not really. I just felt really bad for him because, like, I've known him since we were younger. I always played against him, and, like, I hate to see any teammate go down with an injury like that.
But a lot's going to be on you now, and you've done very well with that pressure.
Yeah, like, we talked with Tommy, too, and he said, like, we were talking about what I have to do and, like, how to impact the game, and I think that helped a lot, too.
And I think maybe a month or so ago, 6 weeks ago, I asked you about maybe the blessing in disguise that you sat out last year because of the situation. And you said, yeah, at the time you didn't think that, but now you do. How is it now? Because things are going nicely for you.
Yeah, I've always tried to keep a positive mindset about last year because it was definitely difficult in the moment mentally and, like, just physically being injured. But I really think that it would help me a lot, kind of having, like, a double off season, being able to work on my body and work on my game. That was like big shout out to Ken with always putting up with me in rounds. weight room. I think like they pushed me a lot as a player over the summer and like last year to get better.
Jaden, how much did the previous road trip, the success and just the experience of that, how much will that help you on this upcoming trip?
That previous road trip definitely helped us, but we can't look back at that and dwell on that too much. It's new teams, new everything, new scouting report. So we gotta get on the road, get the scouting report, execute this game plan.
Is there something to the fact that you're facing so many teams that you've never faced before, and you have to pay extra close attention to the scout rather than going, okay, well, I know a little bit about this team or I know about this guy? Does that make you guys work a little harder on the scout?
Yeah, just like you said, we're getting a new look at these different teams. So we got to figure out what they do well, what kind of defense they're running, what kind of offense. But go the same for them as well. They're not familiar with our play style. We like to push the ball high, low. Our guards can get downhill. We got a little bit of everything. So we got advantage as well on that end.
Yeah, Rem did a great job with his scout. We got to give a big shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
How does the, compared to what you guys played in the Pac-12, where you're generally playing Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, how does the rhythm of these Big 12 schedules set up for you guys? Does it feel any different, or is it just whatever?
It gives you an extra day to rest in between, because Pac-12 normally was Thursday game, Friday off, and then we had another game on Saturday, or Friday game, off Saturday, game on Sunday. So it gives an extra day to rest and prepare for the next opponent.
You guys do have some big games like tonight on Monday and Tuesday. I mean, does that seem weird at all, or just, any different?
Basketball games, we're happy to be here.
Sure.
Jay, how do you decide whether to try for a dunk in a given situation?
Man, I don't know what happened right there. I'm not gonna lie. I just, my legs was feeling good. Shout out
You
to
got
Round.
inspired by Tobe last game?
Yeah, Tobe. Tobe inspired me. I was in the gym with Tobe last night working on our dunks. I just, kind of went for it and went my way.
Any other questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.